welcome to Thursday afternoon live with me, Karen. India, we just forgot one little thing.
What?
My little camera.
Oh, sorry.
Just so I keep my eyes upwards so you don't think I'm looking down all the time. So, good afternoon. I've got India, as you've just heard on cameras.
Hello.
Hello, and today it's playing with chocolate. And I've got some gorgeous new moulds in. Some of you did see the moulds last week when Carol was showing them on the live. We just showed a little bit of the chocolate that I did. So I'm going to show you our new moulds. Have we got any special hellos there?
So everyone's just coming in. We've got Debbie saying hello, Julie, June, Molly has said good afternoon everyone. So people are just still pouring in. But yeah, it's so good to hear from you everyone.
Yep.
We're just going to be doing our new moulds today.
And I'm going to be using the S&C Tempered Chocolate. So I'm going to do some in white and I'm going to do some in milk chocolate. I have some moulds if we get a chance that I need to make a cake pop mix. So I've crumbled my little chocolate cake up and I have some buttercream ready to go in that so I can make some cake pop mix. But that's the last thing. In fact, I might just do that halfway through so I know it's setting okay in the fridge and we can try and get it out for you. So hello there. So here is our gorgeous new moulds. I'll just put that out of the way. I'm going to do this again because I saw such a disaster on... When did I do the live? Was it Friday? Such a disaster while that came out because I didn't let it set, did I, girls and boys? And it came away, so I promised I'd do it again today for you and leave it in the fridge long enough so that you do know it works, because I've done it about 4 times, absolutely works, and the time I do it on the live for you, I was impatient, took it out too soon, and it broke. So I'm going to do that first, and we'll get that in the fridge so that is setting. I've got a gorgeous big pop bottle. Look at that. We can't have the brand on it because, as you know, you're not allowed to do brands, but look at that, what you could do with that pop bottle. We're going to make it, we're going to put it together, and then we're going to have a solid bottle, and then we're going to lustre it, and we're going to lustre it in probably gorgeous gold or silver, so then you could always make your own design to go across there, and you could write whatever you wanted. You could even write the person's name across the bottle, which is a good idea. You could, you know, like you can get that certain brand where you can get your name on it. Well, you could just do that, put a name across the bottle. Then I've got this emoji one. Now, you can't see them very well here until they've done, but they're just little round, they're like half spheres, so they don't go together, because I've got one with a love heart eyes, I've got one winking, I've got with their eyes closed, we've got one with sunglasses on, and that one is a confused face. I think that's a confused face because the lips go different ways. So we've got that one. Then we have the BWB, and these 3 here are the 3-part moulds where you get the little plastic inserts. I've got the trinket boxes. And you can make the trinket boxes and do the lids, and then you can just colour. You can dust inside the rose there to bring the colour of the rose out, or you could paint it later just to bring the colour of that out and put that on. And then I know this is a frightening thought, but Halloween is on the way. Excuse me. Excuse. Oh.
Well, you got the sneeze scared out of you by these Halloween.
By the Halloween things, I know. So I've got my Halloween moulds there, so look at that. So these ones would make brilliant solid chocolates too, and you could do these and then you could bag them and give them up as trick and treats. So I've got the ghosts there, so that's the floating ghosts. We've got gravestones. We've got a mixture here that's got gravestones, it's got skulls, it's got witches' fingernails, we've got a couple of cats and some bats, and then a bit more of a floaty ghost. And then this one is the skeletons. Now, I've done all these last week so Simon could take them away for photographing. He photographed them in the photograph studio. So, but I know they lust it up wonderful with our Wonder Dusts. So this is, we're going to play with chocolate here.
We just had a couple of comments. People saying hello, still pouring in. We've got 91, so that's lovely. We've had... Molly said, Karen, did you see Tracy's lives this morning? She does amazing stuff with the Wonder Dust.
I didn't see because I was working. I was really, really busy in the warehouse, I'm afraid. No time to sit on my phone and watch anything. But I know she does great things with the Wonder Dust, and I absolutely will love the Wonder Dust. In fact, we all love the Wonder Dust, and it is an amazing product. And I think it's due in next week. So that's great. So we'll have new stocks by next week. Hopefully by the end of next week, we have all the new stock in.
And also, let's just have a quick shout out to the fact that it is 2 o'clock, which means our shoe kits are now live on the website.
Get them. Oh, absolutely. And that's what I've been doing this morning.
We've got 90 available, everyone. We've put some stuff on our social as well.
Yep.
We've also got a masterclass or like a tutorial with them as well with Kim Firth, and that'll be on the 9th of June.
It is.
So I would say if you've got a shoe kit, then...
And it's only £20 for the masterclass, and how good is that? She's going to show you how to use all the pieces in the shoe kit. You've got your high heel, you've got your mini shoe, and you've got your flat sandal. You've got the choice of 3 shoes in that kit. You get that, all of it. So Kim's going to show you how to do all of those shoes on the masterclass, and that's £20. It's an absolute bargain, and as India just said, they are live on the website now. Right, this is the chocolate that I've made. I just want to show you that it works. This is our S&C Tempered Chocolate. These are moulds that I made last week when I was showing you, when I was doing some moulds last week on one of my lives. I wanted to show you, like I did some ties, didn't I? I did the little heart trinket box. I did the dinosaurs. So I want to show you that I've stored it in a Ziploc bag. I've broke it down, and I just want to melt this down now and use it again to show you that you can save all your S&C Tempered Chocolate, and you can use it again. So we're going to put that in the microwave. Again, when I'm going to do it, I've got a big bowl there. It's 500 grams. I have weighed it out. I've got 500 grams. And I am going to do it on 30-second bursts, just to make sure that the middle isn't melting too quickly and burns. So I just like to give it a bit of a shake and a bit of a stir, and then 30-second blasts.
So we've had a couple of comments about the shoe kits. Everyone's very excited for them. Liz said I have booked in, so I'm very excited. Someone asked which size kit is that, please?
It's altogether, it's one shoe kit. Look on our website for the Sugar and Crumbs shoe kit, and the whole box has a mini shoe, a high heel shoe, and a sandal. You've got all of it.
I think Debbie Hargreaves just said, love the shoes, so we'll see how it will go. I would agree though. I think everyone's been very excited for these, and they're going to go very quickly. We've only got 90 available, so definitely, I'd definitely go if you want one now.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good value, and just have a quick look on the website after the live. They're not all going to sell out within the next hour, but if you've got another appliance on you there, have a quick look. But it's a really good box full of magic. It's just starting to melt now because it's starting to go a bit soft, so I'm going to do it on 30 seconds.
Jamie has just asked, are these shoes just for show on top of a cake, or can we make them are they edible?
Well, you make them out of flour or modelling paste. Some people say yes, they're just for show, they'd be a nice keepsake. If you really want to, you can eat them, but remember, flour modelling paste goes really hard, so some people like to take those away and like suck on the icing. Kim's going to go through an awful lot with you, so I don't know. I think you can make them out of sugar paste, but you have to put a bit of Tylo in with it. But remember, they won't be as hard as the nice ones that just stand still. So they probably would be. You would be able to eat them, but I don't know how strong they'd be. But Kim is going to go through that. She's doing a live next Tuesday in the daytime, and then nighttime, isn't it? Live on Tuesday evening. She's doing a live Tuesday evening to talk about it, and then she's going to do a master class to show you how to use everything in the shoe kit on Wednesday, which is the 9th. As you can see now, I've still got some lumps of chocolate in there, so I'm giving that a stir around. I don't want it to be absolutely red hot. As I said, you don't want your chocolate to be red hot because you don't want to alter your fridge temperature when you put it in. Now I've only got 500 grams here because I just want to let you in on a little secret. So that has melted down nicely, as you can see. Now, do you remember last week Carol talking about gorgeous lemon chocolate that we'd done? Well, this has been 2 years in the pipeline, and we have been doing it for 2 years. We've been perfecting it, and this next product is going to go on. It's going to be launched with in about 6 weeks' time. We're just waiting for a few bits and bats, you know, red tape and everything, and the bags. So it is ready to be launched in about 6 weeks, but we're just waiting for the bags to arrive and just tweaking a couple more things. But look, they won't be in these bags because I've had to use Sprinklicious bag. We've got flavour shots. Now, flavour shots, now that's my homemade labels there to tell me what's what, but they won't be in Sprinklicious bags. They're going to be in their own flavour shot icing bag and flavour shot whipping it up bag. Now, the flavour shot icing bags are going to be 50 grams, and it's a very concentrated icing sugar, which purely really it is more for if you want it for shipping abroad, because it's going to now lower the cost of the shipping fees, because to ship a 50-gram bag of flavour shot is going to be a lot cheaper than trying to ship a 500-gram bag of icing sugar, flavoured icing sugar. And this flavour shot, people abroad will be able to flavour their own confectioner's icing sugar with that flavour. But over here we can still do that, but we can also use it to flavour our chocolate. Now, I did this last week with a lemon one, and it was absolutely beautiful. Now, remember, we've got the 500-gram, we've got the 50-gram bag there, and 500 grams of chocolate. What I was looking at it, chocolate. I'm going to use 25 grams. So this flavour shot would flavour a kilo of chocolate. So I'm just going to flavour the 500 grams. So I'm going to put 25 grams into here and stir it round until it's just dissolved. It doesn't take long. And that will then give me coffee flavoured chocolate. And then I've got one there to do in the white one, which I'm going to do strawberry.
Oh, did you go with strawberry this time?
I did.
Oh.
Well, I thought we did lemon last week. Let's go with strawberry this week. So just get my scales.
We've also had a comment, someone saying, have you got caught in the sun, Karen? You're looking very brown.
I wasn't caught in the sun, I was like a sun worshipper over the weekend. I went to my brother's and we spent the whole of the weekend outside. It was amazing. So I just need 25 grams. 23. There we go, 25 grams. So I've still got 25 grams of flavour shot left in this bag, which will do another 500 grams of chocolate. Now, if you want your chocolate to be flavoured even more intense, then use more. Remember, try it with your 25 grams and think, oh, it's not bad that, but I like a darker, like a more intense flavoured coffee chocolate. Then put some more in. I think this one with the 25 grams, for me personally, was a lovely, delicious coffee flavour. I don't like very strong coffee, so it is personal taste. So just pop it into the chocolate, and we're just going to stir that around.
It looks amazing from the top down.
Well, we stir that around until the icing sugar has melted. It goes nice and smooth again, because the icing sugar will melt in this lovely warm chocolate. So I'm just giving that, give that a really nice, remember you don't have to temper this chocolate because it's tempered already, but I just want to make sure that we have no lumps in there and all the icing sugar is completely dissolved. Now that is a concentrated icing sugar. It's going to be called a flavour shot, and it's concentrated. and that will be available or hopefully launch within 6 weeks. Very, very excited because this has been 2 years in the pipeline. We've been working on this for 2 years.
So Julie's just said, sounds great, love coffee chocolate. And Julie has just said, does the chocolate still set the same?
Yes, it did, because I did it with what do you call it, gravestones and ghosts, and I was taking them into John to try last week, and there's a lovely snap on it still, and it was just a gorgeous tasting. So there we go. So that's in. That is, see that nice and smooth chocolate now. Look at that. Lovely and smooth. We've got no lumps in there. So it has all, you just want to give it a right nice stir until it's all dissolved. So look at that. So as I promised, let's do the bike. Let's do the motorbike.
So Sue Mary has just asked, which flavour, oh sorry, wrong comment there. Does this, will this work with normal icing sugar that we already currently have, or is it just the flavour shots?
What do you mean?
So if they already have icing sugar flavours, can they put that in chocolate, or does it only work with flavour shots?
It only works with the flavour shot because it's such an intense flavour. Because this one flavour shot here will flavour 450 grams of plain icing sugar. So that would make you the same bag of your strawberry milkshake, or your strawberry so just bear with me a second. I thought the bag had come undone then, it hasn't. So one flavour shot will flavour 450 grams of confectioner's sugar. It just makes it, we've done it mostly to send abroad, really, for them to flavour their confectioner's sugar over there, because the shipping charges are so expensive that they can get them. They can choose half a dozen. They could choose as many packets of these as they want, and it's going to be a real lot cheaper to have, say, 10 flavours of flavour shots in the box than it would do to have 10 500-gram packets in a box. It brings the shipping fee down considerably for them. But I love it because we can flavour our chocolate. So I'm going to pour that into the mould. As I said on Friday, I like to fill the mould up quite considerably, and this will take 2 to 3 coats. Now I'm just making sure that I'm getting to the edges. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this drain out, and then we're going to let that just slightly set, so the glossiness goes off the inside, so I know it's setting. And then I'm going to coat it again, and I'm going to check that we've got no clear bits looking out, and then we're going to pop that in the fridge until it's set. So I just want to wipe off any excess around. There's only a little bit there. So let's just turn that, because I can still, it really needs another coat, because I don't know if you can see inside. I'm trying to do it inside. Inside, I'm looking there, and I can see through the chocolate. So it's only got a very thin coat, so you really do have to coat this 2 or 3 times, and then you've got a really sturdy motorbike. So I'm just going to put that to one side a moment, and then I'll come back to that. So put that on top of there. Just stand up, make sure you stay stood up. Yes.
It was funny seeing you really accomplish when you balance stuff.
Just, yes, it's there. And then I want to do this lovely pop bottle. So as with all the BWB moulds, a lot of them tell you this needs 110 grams of chocolate per bottle. So you're looking at 220 grams of chocolate to make this bottle. And you do have the line going Just looking for it now. We do have the line going along the bottom, which is where I want, sort of just where that mark comes up there. And as I've said to other people in the past, if you wanted to on your BWB moulds, just do a couple of stars with indelible, like a Sharpie, just so that you can see the line. So I can see the line that it goes around here and just around this top bit, and that's where I want to fill the chocolate to, because when I put the plastic former in, it won't overspill down the sides and we won't be wasting chocolate.
Although if that does happen, what's your top tip, Karen?
The top, if your chocolate comes off, you just peel it. You just when the bottle has set, you just can peel the chocolate off and put it back in your bowl and use it again. Nothing goes to waste. So just bear with me a second while I just make sure. So I'm going to lift that up. No, I need a little bit more. You can see the line better once you've started to fill it slightly.
So Esther, the tempered chocolate that we're using, you're correct, you don't need to temper it. So
Nope.
You can literally just melt it in the microwave and use it straight away. You don't need to worry about temperature, although we do recommend that it is, not too hot, or else it will, burn you.
Well, it's also, we don't want it too hot. You want to melt it until you've still got a few like buttons in there, so then you can melt those buttons within the warm chocolate. You don't want to have anything too hot, because otherwise you have to leave it out of your fridge for a while, and on a day like this it ain't going to set out of the fridge. So I want to have the chocolate quite cool so it can go straight in the fridge and it's not going to alter my fridge temperature. So I have put the plastic formers in. I'm going to put this in now, and I'm just going to squeeze gently. See, as you can see, some is coming out. It's a bottle, so it is a... Because I've got to get some up there too. Come on, you can make it up to the cap. Now look, the chocolate, some has come out there. I'm not worried, because when I take that out of the mould in a bit, I'll be able to break it off and I can use it again. It's just that I've had to press it really firm there so I could get it to come up the bottleneck, because it's quite deep here and then goes up to a bottleneck, so you've got the proper bottle shape. But I wanted to make sure I'm getting chocolate all around this rim, because that makes it a nice thick rim then that we can melt those together. Come on, you want to. It's nearly there. So I'm just pushing it up so I can get... There we go. Just want to make sure that I'm getting a nice edge that I can melt together. If you get a little bit of a gap when you've done it, don't worry, because you can fill it in with chocolate when we melt it together. So I just want to squeeze that out there. Just going to squeeze that bit of chocolate out so it's not dipping everywhere. There we go. And I'm going to put that into the fridge, because we don't have to recoat that. It only needs the one coat, because it makes it a lovely thick rim. Put those out of the way a moment. And I'm going to put it in the fridge like that. So I'm not bothered about that chocolate there, because all that is going to peel off and all that's going to be usable again.
So Wayne's just asked, when will icing flavours be available? Was making a brew when you already said.
About hopefully 6 weeks, Wayne. And then you'll be able to get all those lovely flavours that you keep seeing on our lives. So we're hoping we're getting the bags in and just tweaking a little bit of red tape, and then hopefully 6 weeks we'll have them launched and they'll be winging their way across to you. You can tell it's lovely and tempered, this chocolate. Look at that, it's set on my counter already. I don't know if you can see.
Give me a second, I'll just...
So look at that, it's set already. That's so you know it's a lovely tempered chocolate because it's just as soon as it's hit that, it has just set. So we'll just wipe that up.
So don't worry if you make a mess because it is chocolate and chocolate is messy.
It is, and you can just put that to one side. We're not going to use that bit again, it's been on the counter. So there we go, we just like to tidy up as we're going on. Now let's check that motorbike. Yes, I don't know if you can see inside. It started to go a dull colour inside, and that's to show that it has started to set already in there. So I want to give that another coat now. And this chocolate, as it cools down, starts to go thicker and thicker because it is starting to set, but it is a nice consistency to pour in. I'm just going to give it a really good shake around. Little knock on there, make sure that we're getting everything covered.
Could you make a solid one?
You could if you wanted to, but you'd be doing it'd be a real lot of chocolate.
It would.
So I'm just going to tip that out, then I'm going to check it again. No, that is looking great. That I can't see through that now through to the mould. So I've got a good coating in there. So I've cleaned off the edge. Just clean the little mould a little bit. So I know it will come undone later, okay. Just like to make sure that around the, what I call the hinge is free. Yes, and let's put that in the fridge now to set fully. So he's stood up in the fridge. Maybe not.
Deb has just said my bike mad mate would love this. Would love that mould. So Sue Mary, what flavours? Basically, it's going to be ones that we've already got existing, but we can't reveal anything until until the reveal date. You're just going to have to wait.
Yes, I'm afraid so. You're going to have to wait for launch. I just wanted to show you that it absolutely is gorgeous. So you know we already do a coffee icing. That is why I got the. I've got a couple made up in the kitchen just to show you and just for testing, and they're absolutely brilliant. So the lemon one, I loved that. The lemon drizzle one last week was absolutely amazing. I have these emojis. Now don't forget, don't lose any of these plastic inserts. You really do need these. If you do lose one, then you could carry on making the other ones, and then you could just go back and make the other one, but you really do need these to form. So please don't wash them in boiling hot water. They need to be a nice warm soapy water, and then it needs to be rinsed off in nice clean water to get any soap residue off them, and then I leave them flat to dry on a tea towel. Just leave them there to air dry in a tea towel. Same with your moulds. You don't want it, nothing hot. Do not put them in the dishwasher. They will shrivel. You need to put them in just warm, not red hot water, just warm soapy water, and a nice soft cloth just to wash them. And then I just give it a little bit of a shake, and I leave them draining like that, and then I put them on a tea towel again just to air dry, and so I know that they're absolutely fine.
So Jamie Scott has just asked which way up is the motorbike in the fridge?
The motorbike now, I've just turned it the right way because I want to make sure, I just wanted to make sure that my bottom of the motorbike was going to have a nice good rim on it. So I've just turned it that way in the fridge to dry, and then we'll get that out in a bit.
So Leah, don't worry, you've not missed anything about new icing sugar flavours or anything like that. All we've done is use our flavour shots that will be available in about 6 weeks just to flavour our chocolate. Today we're just having a little bit of a tester with it to see how it does well with the different flavours. Today we're using a coffee flavour with this chocolate, and we're using our tempered chocolate as well.
So this has started to set. So I'm just going to put it back in the microwave to melt again. It's as simple as that. No need to temper it, I just let it melt down again. Again, 30-second blast just to make sure it's not too hot and that I don't burn it. And then I just give it a nice good stir, see what I can get off the side of the bowls, scrape it all round, and then I'm good to go again. And that's why if you've got any chocolate left, if you're not going to eat it, I'm just checking that after 20 seconds. So you see, I'm just getting it to come off the side of the bowl as well. So if you're not going to eat the leftovers, which I know some of you like to eat the leftovers, pop it into a Ziploc bag and pop it into a Ziploc bag. It will set solid, and then peel it out of your Ziploc bag next time you want to use it, and just melt it in the microwave. So as you can see, my bowl is relatively nice and clean around the inside. I'm not going to look at the outside, around the inside. And I just want to make sure this is melting, because if it's not, I'll do another 10 seconds in the microwave. Because I only did that 20 seconds, but those lumps appear to have melted in now. So no, I don't want the chocolate bubbling. You don't want the chocolate bubbling because you don't want it to burn. You just want it to melt to a lovely consistency, and that is a great consistency. And then we'll put this into the emoji molds. Now Carol says these are all going on sale this weekend. Like that there. Where's my cloth gone again? I'm being very tidy today. There we go.
I'm impressed.
You're impressed.
Usually you're covered in chocolate by now.
Right, so these have got a line around them, and the line for the chocolate is just where the face sort of ends. So it looks like it's a third of the way down the mould. Excuse me, I think I've got...
Bless you.
You know what makes me sneeze? Ice and sugar. I know, I'm a weirdo. Here we go, so I managed to stop that. So I'm going to pour this in now. Just to that line. Here we go.
Everyone has said bless you in the chat.
Thank you. So I think I've actually put a little bit too much in that one, so you know what, let's just spoon a bit out, because I don't want to have to take off everything. So you just have to check it, and then you can just spoon it off. Put the moulds in. Put the top, now you can tell the top piece on this emoji one because it has crosses going over the top, and you can tell that that's your top piece. And also if you put the chocolate into that, your plastic inserts wouldn't fit in flat. So you always know you're in the right part because your plastic inserts fit in nice and flat. Just give it a push, gentle push, just till you've got the chocolate around that rim that I keep telling you about. Can I get in there? Can you see that? So we've got that rim just on the inside there. That's where you want your chocolate, to make sure your chocolate has gone around that rim. Any excess will break off when you take the plastic former, you know, the insert out. So again, they can now go in the fridge that way up. So I don't know if you can see any better on these. We're going to give them a dust later. Don't know if India can get in there. Let me just wipe this chocolate off again before it sets on the mat.
You can kind of see them, but we'll see them a lot better.
Yeah, we've got, it looks like he's got big thick eyebrows, and I don't know if his tongue's sticking out or if he's just got his mouth a funny way. Then he's got the sunglasses on. We've got the love heart eyes. We've got the wink, and we've got the. It looks like we've got shut eye.
It looks like he's smiling, like.
Yeah, one of my smiles where I shut my eyes.
So can we just have a boo for Nikki because they've actually put them in the dishwasher, those things, and they've shriveled. So.
Oh, I did tell you when we first launched them, don't put them in the dishwasher. Oh, because the dishwasher is too hot and they will shrivel. As everything shriveled, even the outside mould.
It just says everything shriveled.
Oh dear.
Shriveled. And also Leah asked, does this chocolate taste as good as Calabo?
Well, I think so. I mean, it's personal preference. I like the taste of this, and I've melted. We've used this quite a while now, haven't we, India?
Yeah. It's really good for, I would say, like people who struggle to temper their chocolate.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really good, and also it's a little bit more cost effective as well. So
Yeah.
if you are like training yourself to do moulds, I'd say this is probably the better option to go for.
It is. And I love the fact that we can flavour this one. I love the fact you don't have to temper it. I mean, yes, I can temper chocolate and I temper the Calabo, but I know some of you have been really struggling doing the tempering and it's not been working. This is so good. You just put it in the microwave, you just melt it, and it's done. And it's $4.99 for 500 grams. So it's really cost effective. I think it's like it's about $9.98 for 500 grams of Calabo. So it's like half the price. And it's that tempering process has been taken away for you because it's already tempered. Squire's Kitchen is it called a curvature chocolate? Something like that. And theirs is 300 grams at $6.99. So this S&C Tempered Chocolate is a real good bargain. Now, I know some of you ladies have already bought it. What do you think? I actually like it, and I'm just so excited now because I can flavour the S&C Tempered Chocolate. We can when the flavour shots are launched, you'll see me flavouring everything. Because I love flavoured chocolate. I love strawberry chocolate. I love I love the lemon. I'm hoping we can try and get a mint chocolate done. How good would that be if we could get a mint one done? So it is just that's going a bit thick again now. So I want to give that a blast in the microwave. In the microwave.
So Leslie has just said, "Oh, we should have used yellow Calabo for the emojis." We should have, but you know what? We're gonna dust them up.
I'm gonna dust them in gold and things like that. Oh, hello, we have a guest arrived in the kitchen. Which is your guest tonight? Good afternoon, Lisa. We are live now. Just shout hello and see you tonight.
See you tonight, I've got a rush to the little girl's run.
Was it a long drive?
Yes. You can tell there's people on the road now because they can't drive.
There we go. I've just put that in there for... I think that was in there 15 seconds, just to get that nice and liquefied again, because this is still the coffee one, so I don't want to waste it. I want to use it all, so let's use this in some gravestones.
Ooh.
So look at this. Now, for the gravestones, rather than trying to pour it in, I find it very handy using a piping bag, because I want to have that control. Because it's a smaller area, I want to have that control where I can just control how much is coming out at the time. So I want to get that. Now, I'm just going to get myself a cup. Here we go. So we can pour all that chocolate into there. I'm just still not as good as Carol as using one hand, especially if I just want to scrape the bowl down. There we go. And you can, if you've got your piping bag and you've only done a little snip, as long as you've got your nozzle sort of, the cut end pointing upwards, you actually can let your remaining chocolate set in the piping bag, and then you can just put the piping bag into the microwave. I love using these really thin ones because I can tie a knot into it and it gives me that bit more control when I'm doing the chocolate. So once again, it's best just to keep wiping down because this tempered chocolate sets lovely and fast. I mean, to get it off my grey board, all I would just use the scraper or the flat side of the spatula and just take it off. But if you, at home, you can also put yourself some cellophane down or some greaseproof paper, and then you can, if you spill any on there, you could just ping it off and put it back into your bowl because it's absolutely fine. So here we go. I'm going to cut off the smallest edge, the smallest piece, because I want to have that control over the chocolate. So I have took off a tiny, tiny amount there, put that in my bowl, and now I'm just going to pipe this because we're going to make some solid gravestones.
Oh, Liz has just said you're such a good teacher, Karen.
Thank you, Liz. There's nothing better, I think, than doing these, and you could do these in advance. You could bag them up, store them in a cardboard box in somewhere nice and cool and dark, and you'd have all your Halloween treats ready for the 31st of October. So you could start them like the beginning of September, and then you're not panicked and not rushed. Well, these are the moulds are going. They should be on sale this weekend for you. And these look great lustered up as well. I did them in, I've done them in gold, I've done them in a copper. I just made different colours, you know, for the gravestones, because you get the gravestones all different colours.
Yeah, the wonder dusts look absolutely great on this chocolate as well. I think Karen did some dinosaur last week,
yeah,
and it looked amazing. It just looks so bright, and I didn't think it would because it's obviously like, you know, chocolate, but it looked amazing. It looked exactly like it should.
So there we go. I'm just being a bit tidy. I don't know, India don't know what's come over me. Right, so what I've done there is I've just given it a bit of a shake, and it's all nice and flat on there. Can you see that, India? It's all nice and flat. It's not spilling over the edge. It's all nice and flat. I'm going to pop that in the fridge now so that sets, but again, it'll go in the fridge flat like this. And I've got enough left to do some skeletons.
And also, this chocolate is also great at colouring as well, isn't it? The white chocolate.
Well, this is what I have here.
Is she going to do it? I didn't realise you were doing both of them. I didn't see
Oh, you didn't see that when I was doing a surprise for you. So here we go. Let's get some. We'll do some chocolate skeletons. And these are great as well. If you was doing a Halloween party, you wanted to do a Halloween cake, how good are these to stick around the edge of your cake? So you could have a skeleton family going all the way around the edge of your cake. Now, if you think it's hard coming out, which that is there, pinch the edge of your bag because it means that your chocolate is just starting to set. So it's just come out as a set piece on my hand. Put that into the bowl, wipe my fingers. I've squeezed the chocolate down again. Now, if it was doing it too much, I actually would put this bag back into the microwave just a couple of seconds at a time, just to ping it.
Leslie's just said, love the skeletons.
They're great, and wait till you see them come out, and wait till you see them dusted, they're fabulous.
Dust them with the silver white British cotton.
Yeah, I did that. Like I did last week. I did the silver. I did them in white and dark, and I did them with the sparkling white. It's absolutely great. So as you can see, I got a lot out of that 500 grams of chocolate that you saw me melt down. Don't know what I'll get out of this one. So nothing. Come on, you know you can do it.
She's done it.
I've done it. So out of that 500 grams, nothing has gone to waste. I have got probably a smidgens at the bottom. That's all I've got left. And I've managed to do a motorbike, I've done a giant pop bottle, I've done the ghosts, and I've done the emojis, and I've done some skeletons. So that for £4.99, that has gone a long way. So we just, tell you what, tap those down, but see, a little bit there, a little bit there. I'm not being mean, I'm not cutting his hand off. So I have used it all now, I've flattened it down, you just give it a nice tap. And I don't know if you can see already, the chocolate is already starting to set, which is great. This is the beauty of this chocolate. Even though this kitchen is mighty warm, I've got the door open. So I actually have used the full 500 now, because I just wanted to make sure that I'd filled the little gaps up. So these are going to go in the fridge to set.
Do you pronounce them skeletons or skeletons?
Skellybobs.
Skellybobs. There's no correct way of saying it. Debbie, I see you.
No, thank you, my sweet. I'll have one when we're finished. Right, so that is the milk chocolate flavoured with our flavour shot. Now, Lisa came in a bit late there. She doesn't know what we're doing. So we'll let her know with the white chocolate. Oh.
Leslie's just said, I've got the gravestones that I bought a few years back, but I used fondant in them and they were awful. Now I'm definitely going to be using chocolate.
The chocolate, as you'll see, when they're setting a bit, I'll get them all out and you'll see me they'll just drop out of the mould. It's absolutely great. So I've weighed this out as well. Just take that bit of chocolate off there. I've got 500 grams of our Sugar and Crumbs tempered white chocolate. So let's start the melting process again. Remember what I said? 30-second bursts. Don't think you can put it on for a minute and just faster. You need to do it in 30-second bursts so you can keep your eye on it and it doesn't catch. There's nothing worse than white chocolate when it catches. The smell is horrendous. Have you seen that, Lisa, of your burnt chocolate?
I burnt it last week actually. And literally walked away from the microwave and smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
It was awful.
And it tastes, well, you can't use it. You can't use it. So that's why it's best 30-second bursts. I know you might be stood there, I mean, yeah, that's not started melting, but I'm not bothered because I can give it a shake and we'll do another 30 seconds.
So Leah has just asked, does the chocolate come in just milk and white?
No, we also do a dark chocolate as well. That came into stock last week. So we do it in milk, white and dark. And it's £4.99 for 500 gram bag. I've got you 2 bags of passion fruit martini there. Here we go, I'm just going to check this again. Remember, it's only every 30 seconds. Now that's started to go because it's all starting to clump together. So we'll just do some more. Got my clean spatula ready.
My kitchen would be covered in chocolate by now, Karen.
Honestly, I don't think Karen's here today. It's someone else.
Oh, really?
It's someone else because she's so clean today.
I'll get it all up my arms everywhere.
So what I want to do with this chocolate,
Oh gosh. Leslie's just said my cousin used hot chocolate in the microwave and it burned in a glass measuring jar.
oh
And the microwave exploded.
yeah, you've got to be so careful. I mean, I like doing it in the microwave because you haven't got that off chance of doing it in a glass bowl over a bowl of water. You've not got that chance of getting the water in it to seize it. So I do like doing it in the microwave. You've just got to be really careful. So as you can see, that's had, there's 2 seconds left on that. So that's had 36, it's had 80 seconds. And that is not too, it's a bit hot at the bottom, but it's cool around the tin. So by the time I've mixed all that in, and I just wanted that little tiny bit hotter because you know what I'm going to do now, don't you? So these launch in about 6 weeks' time. We're waiting for the bags to come in. As I said, just a little bit of red tape, a bit of tweaking here and a bit of tweaking there. And these should be ready to launch in 6 weeks' time. And look, strawberry. So this is going to be, so it should say milkshake underneath, strawberry milkshake. Fancy missing the milkshake bit off. So this is the strawberry milkshake flavour shot. Oh, Lisa's now got her attention for Lisa now.
I saw the dust come out. I thought,
Yeah. Let me get another bowl to measure that in, because I'm only going to use half a bag. We're going to use 25 grams. And remember, you can use more if you wanted to. It's a 50 gram flavour shot bag to 500 grams of 450 grams of icing sugar to make your 500 gram bag. But with a 500 gram melted chocolate, I only want to use 25 grams because I think the flavour is nice. But if you want a more intense flavour, then you can. But just think now, the world's your oyster. You can now flavour your ganache. So you can ganache your cake and you could have a flavoured chocolate around your cake that's ganached. How good will that be, Lisa?
my boob's going to be full up when I go home.
They're not ready yet, I'm sorry. They're about 6 weeks, Lisa. About 6 weeks before we launch them. We just wanted to get people excited and show them what we've been working on for 2 years. Carol's done a sterling job. And John's now ordered the bags and a bit of this and that to go on, a bit of red tape and a bit of a tweaking, and they should be good to go in 6 weeks. So I've got 25 grams of the flavour shot, which I'm just going to pour straight into the melted chocolate. And we're going to give this a really good... You like the smell of that, Lisa, yes?
My favourite flavour, strawberry milkshake.
So there we go, we're giving that a really good stir. Because the chocolate's nice and warm, it will melt the icing sugar. So remember, we're going to do the flavour shots in icing sugar and in whipping it up for all you people that are abroad as well that have been dying to try our products. Be able to fill your baskets.
So Janie's just asked, do you think the chocolate can be mixed together like I do with Calabo?
Do you mean like to make a marble?
I think so.
Yeah, there should be no, yeah. As long as, well, if you flavoured it, so long as you use the same flavour. If you've left it the plain chocolate, then yes, you can marble. You could mix all of them. You could mix the milk, white, and dark together.
Leah's just said, do we know how many flavour shots there will be? Unfortunately, we can't divulge any more secrets.
No,
people.
I can only show you these 2.
You'll get a full release in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out on all of our social channels. But right now, we're keeping it very tight-lipped.
We certainly are. It's been 2 years in. It's a project. It's been 2 years in the making, and it is finally here. Who's excited? Who really wants to try these two, especially to flavour the chocolate? Because come on, you know I'm the chocolate queen. I like to flavour chocolate. So who wants to try these to flavour the chocolate? Because this is what I think is a game changer for me.
Lorraine's just said, I want them all and I want them now, please.
I'm so sorry.
For you to fill in, like making the ganache to fill in Ollie's chocks when you're making the truffles.
Yes.
And also, Jackie's just said, Lisa Matusha, you need to taste and let us know how it is.
I can't. I'm off sugar completely.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I can't touch sugar at all.
All right, here we go. Sorry, India.
Really, really
Take
tight.
one for the team.
Oh no!
Take it for the team.
Oh no, that's a shame. Oh. Alright, so just take 2.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's what I'll give it you. I don't want to spoon
Okay.
back.
Oh wow, that's really good. The flavour comes out really well, actually.
Yes.
I didn't think the flavour would come out that well. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's what I found when I did the lemon one. I first ate it and I thought, and then suddenly the lemon just burst into my mouth. It was absolutely amazing. And I just got that gorgeous lemon straight through my mouth. Oh, look at this now. Just a dab on your finger.
Off chocolate.
I'm off chocolate.
Sugar.
Here's my finger.
Oh, that's amazing.
Strawberry milkshake, white chocolate.
Oh, that is really
It's like
good.
a 2-punch, isn't it? Like, you should
Remember
taste it.
the fish and chips
Yes.
chocolates and the pink, was it what?
Shrimps, is it? No,
No, they're foamies, but there was another pink one you could get. That's what it tastes like. I can't remember what they was though.
they're like those pigs.
Everyone is saying,
Yes.
like those pigs.
Yes.
Everyone's saying that they're all excited. Anna said, I'm excited. Lynn said, can't wait. Deborah says, can't wait. Wayne says, I'm excited. I think everyone is really... Oh, Nikki just said, be a hero, India. That's all right.
So I'm just going to... What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a little bit out of there because I want to make white ghosts. I don't want to make pink ghosts. But I want to make a pink trinket box.
So Deb just said moose.
So let's have a look. It's strawberry, isn't it? So should we colour it in a little strawberry colour? Right, here we go. I've got a candy colour there, which would make a gorgeous pinky colour. So this is Colour Mill. This is absolutely ideal for colouring your chocolate. And also sugar flare cocoa butter paints are superb as well. You melt those in the microwave and you can just use as little or as much as you want to get the colour. But I love Colour Mill. It has to be an oil-based colour that you use with chocolate, otherwise you will seize it. So let's give it a squirt. Come on. Maybe it's in... Yeah, I've shook it. It's not going to come out there, is it?
So it's better just to leave the lid on.
Oh, pierce it.
Because otherwise it leaks
Yes.
everywhere.
Just to give it a little bit of a pierce. There we go. And just wipe that scissor. Bet you're impressed how tidy I'm being, aren't you?
Very simple.
So let's just put, come on, we've put a squirt of pink in there. Let's see. Oh,
Oh my gosh, that's so pink. I love it.
look at that. Now that screams strawberry chocolate to you, doesn't it? So I have my trinket box here. Now you can use it as a trinket box, or you can use it as a box and put it on top of the lid. It's completely up to you. So again, I have the line at the bottom there that tells me where to put the chocolate. I've got the line there. But with the lid, I want to fill that completely. Now the lid spills over slightly because I'm still working with it, because you get a bit of a groove, but I need the lid to be nearly solid, so because the rose is it called inverted? The rose has gone in, so I need to make sure we cover that rose. But you will see when it turns out now, it'll turn out fine. So I'm just going to pour.
So Andrea's just asked, what's the difference between the chocolate icing sugar and normal icing sugar? So the normal icing sugar obviously is used in general just to flavour things and flavour your cakes and all that. We don't have any chocolate icing sugar, but we do have our flavour shots that will be, I'd say, unveiled in the next 6 weeks, so keep an eye out for them, and that's what we're using today.
Just going to put that on first, just to get my trinket box up like that. Then I just want to take that off, and then I'm going to pour How did I guess that so well? That is not like me at all.
You're having a good one today.
I know, you probably will see in a moment. I'll be able to prove to one side of you in a minute. So I've got the rose completely covered there, but I've got it showing a little bit there. Just want to prove it to you what it does. So that's gone in there to make the... So can you see that? We've got the box there, but I just want to make sure, because the rose is a little bit see-through there, it should be okay, but I was probably maybe half a teaspoon of chocolate missing. So that's going to go into the fridge now, and we'll leave that to set. And let's see how that motorbike's doing.
Everyone is saying, wow, that was a good guess. You're on it today, Karen.
Right, I just want to, it's not ready yet. This is where I went wrong on Friday for you all. It started to go I don't know if you can see now. You probably can see for, oh, I don't know. It's starting to go milky here, like an opaque colour here, which tells me the chocolate has set and is starting to come away from the mould. But here, it hasn't. So I want to make sure the whole mould looks this opaque colour before we even try and take it out. On this side, most of it's getting there now, so I want to make sure that that is completely set before we try and do what we did on Friday, because as you know, we left half the bike behind because I was very impatient because the live was coming to an end. So I want to get this right so I can show you. So that's going back into the fridge now, ready to do.
Respect the chocolate, then the chocolate will respect you by not breaking.
Now these are thinner, but again, these are just starting to go opaque now. These are practically ready to come out now because I've got a lovely opaque on them. But you know what? Let's just leave it a little bit longer while I get that white chocolate into the ghost mould. Simon said it's gone into my chocolate fridge. That's what I call the little fridge under the counter now, is my chocolate fridge.
I mean, all you do use it for is chocolate, so no surprise there.
So I hope you're all excited and looking forward to these flavour shops coming out. We will be talking a lot more about them over the coming weeks, and Carol will be talking about them because she's really excited about them coming out. We can't wait for everything to arrive and we can get it all going. Can't wait for you guys to taste it. It's amazing.
I'm forgetting to flavour your sponges and everything. Maybe like I see that on that coffee, a nice strong heat of coffee.
But we do the coffee icing sugar as well. Yeah.
But I thought we used that the other week to make cakes for her.
I love that coffee icing
I don't
sugar.
like coffee at all, but she's
Yeah.
like, "Mum, it's so nice."
Yeah, no, I made my husband what they call what Carol calls her favourite cake. I did the coffee sponge as a tray bake, and I always use the same amount of coffee icing sugar to what you would do sugar. As you know, I only use flavoured icing sugar in my sponges. Bake that into my tray bake, and then I made a glacier icing with the rest of the coffee icing and just piped it, drizzled it all the way over the cake, and that's his favourite sponge. And that Carol used the vanilla latte one. Now, if I did her a coffee one, I can't at the moment because she's not eating cake, but she loves the coffee one, and my husband absolutely adores it. Again, these moulds here, we've got the ghost and we've got the Halloween assorted. We've got ghosts, we've got gravestones, we've got skeletons' heads, we've got bats, and we've got cats, and I've got two witches' fingers there with the fingernails. So this is an assorted one, and then this is just 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 ghosts. Again, let's go into a piping bag. You've got more control. So I don't want to overfill my bag. Just put my knot in there. I mean, I can unknot that one. I just want to put the knot in just so I've got some control over it. And again, you want to cut off the tiniest bit at the top so you've got control over your piping bag. And we'll start to fill it.
Can you add flavourings in Calabo chocolate or just the S&C chocolate?
You could probably add these flavour shots to your Calabo chocolate. I mean, you can add flavours. You can buy as long as you buy an oil flavouring, you can flavour the chocolate. But I just love the idea that we can get 2 lots of chocolate out of our flavours, but you can use our flavour shots to flavour Calabo. It's not just for our tempered chocolate, just that our tempered chocolate is just such a good value. So I'm going to shake this image just to make sure we've got into all the nooks and crannies. Now again, you could do these in dark chocolate, you could do them in milk chocolate. I'm just doing them in the white chocolate now, just so that we can dust these up. I did do them for the photographs, I did them in a milk chocolate. But I just wanted to show you both. Okay, we've just got a little bit of chocolate there. Come on, no, you want to come out, there you go. So just store that way. We'll just give it a bit of a wobble, just so that we're getting into so just give that a gentle tap on the board, and you've got into all your back pieces, you've got into all your cat little bits, so they can go in the fridge to set. And let's just do the ghosts.
Are they double-sided, those ghosts? Like, can you pop them like a back and front?
Well, we'll have a look when they come out, shall we? I mean, if you was doing them just as normal chocolates, you've got enough just as this one chocolate bite, because these are what you would get, you know, if you was going into the shop and buying chocolates. But I think they're enough as that, but it depends on how you want to decorate. They're great on the side of a cake, going around the side of the cake with your, you could have skeleton and a ghost going around the side of your cake. Even decorate the tops of your cupcakes with them. How good would that be? Make your cupcakes and put a ghost lying there on the buttercream or on your fondant. They'd be great Halloween treats. And hopefully like the children can all go trick-or-treating again this year. All dress up again and get out. And having Halloween parties.
So Sue, just to say again that yes, you can flavour Calabo with the flavour shots as well. As we said though, they won't be available until about 6 weeks, but we're going to get more information, so keep an eye out on our social pages. I would say right now we're using, what we're using, is this just normal?
This is our...
We're using our tempered
We're using
chocolate.
Sugar and Crumbs tempered chocolate. Yes.
Yeah, we're using our tempered chocolate, but you can do it with Calabo as well.
I love using the Sugar and Crumbs tempered chocolate because it's tempered. I don't have to do all that cooling down and putting it on my lip. And but I mean, if that's what you like to do and you want to do that, but just think, for you ladies who are doing it as a business, it's more cost effective to buy the Sugar and Crumbs tempered chocolate, because for 500 grams you're getting, it's for £4.99, whereas 500 grams of Calabo works around about £9.98. So there we go. They can just go straight into the fridge now. The fridge is filling up.
This always happens when you do a chocolate live.
Chocolate everywhere and not a bite to eat.
You start off really, really well, and then it ends with chocolate being in every fridge in the kitchen.
Let's just put those up there. Let's move them ones.
So just to make a recap for people, so our flavour shots will be revealed in the next 6 weeks, but we're using them today. It's just a concentrated icing sugar. So we don't know what the flavours will be, we don't know how many there'll be. All we know is that keep an eye out on social for the next 6 weeks.
Yes, and you know, Carol, through the lives and that, when Carol's doing lives and that, we'll be talking about them. She'll be updating you, so you won't be left in the dark. She will update you on everything that's going on. But they are an absolute brilliant idea, and I know from the sound of it, you all looking really excited to see if you're able to trying them. Right. Let's look at the motorbike, because I've got time. I didn't really. I'm going to get the Coke bottle out as well, because I want to luster that. I was just thinking, India. Shall we try?
Ooh, that's exciting.
It's it is. It's summer. It's lollipops. It's cake pops. Chocolate, and then I've got a gorgeous chocolate sponge here. I've got a little bit of buttercream here. We'll make our cake pop mix. We'll coat these in chocolate, put our cake pop mix in, seal it with chocolate with the lolly stick, and we've got a gorgeous cake pop. But you could use these as well if you wanted to. You could coat them with chocolate, and you can fill them with ice cream if you want to. and you could make your own choc ice lollipop, or you can, if you wanted to, use them with your fruit juices and make ice lollies. These are very versatile, so you can use them as a cake pop, as a choc ice, as a fruit lolly. So
I think everyone's very excited for this. Jackie just went, oh my gosh, the poor one.
yeah, isn't it? Oh, Jackie, I know. Is that Jackie McMinn? It's got to be.
Jackie Adams.
Jackie Adams and Jackie Mac, you're both absolutely doggy mad like me. But look, as soon as I saw that, I went, oh, look at it. It's got balls. So I'm going to do it because it's easier for photographs. I don't want to do ice cream because I suddenly find that ice cream melts. And poor India's going to try and take photographs. So we're going to make a cake pop mix. And we're going to do a little bit of decorating. So I've got a little bit of buttercream there. Use my whoopsie daisy.
Lou's just said, oh, I haven't seen these pop moulds, my list is growing.
Yeah, these will be on the website this weekend as well. We have got lots of new things for you ladies. Tons and tons, haven't we? We're always trying to find new and exciting things. Carol does an amazing job sourcing all the new things for you. She brings it into the kitchen and says, here, Karen, try this. And it's absolute. I love it. I love working in here, and I just love trying all the new things out. So I just want to make this into a nice cake pop mix. So I might need to add some more butter icing in a moment. I don't need it to be too sloppy, but I don't want it to be like bone dry either. You have to get that nice happy medium. Let's have a look at that.
I think everyone in the chat is talking about how their lists are growing for what they need to buy. And now Leslie's just put, we all need a lottery win. I would agree. It's never, with us, it's never like, oh, I'll just buy one thing. You have to buy a billion because there's so much good stuff always on this website.
So I've got a lovely mix there. It's a nice moist cake, but it's not crumbly. So I know that'll go into my cake pop mix beautiful. So that's done. I've got 250 grams worth of just of the Sugar and Crumbs tempered chocolate here. Just want to melt this down. And if anything, I'm only going to do, at the moment, I'm going to do one of each for you rather than, because I don't need to have I don't need 3 of everything, but even if I get enough to do 2, 2, 2, 2, just so that we've got some nice even photographs, otherwise India will just like start passing out.
Oh no, I'll be fine.
So I'm going to go as much as I can with this cake pop mix that I've made. So while we're waiting that chocolate to melt, let's have a look at some chocolate. Oh, the motorbike's looking good. A little bit longer. But, on the other hand, my ghosts, my skeletons and my, look at that, it's set so nice. You just do that like that and look at that, they're just popping out. Just touch it lightly.
The detail on them is so
The
lovely.
detail and the shine on that chocolate. And then let's just get some skelly bobs out. How easy, just a gentle, you know it's set right when the front of the mould has gone opaque. So then I have got, look at the skeletons. You could count every rib if you wanted to. That. Where have I gone?
Still there?
The screen's froze. Sorry, the screen's froze. I'll keep looking at the top one. So look at that. I don't know if India can bob into there. Can you see the detail on that skeleton? It's amazing, isn't it? So I'm going to put those back in the fridge just for a moment, just while we carry on, because we're going to do some dusting of these in a bit. What do you think, Lisa? Do you like the look of those?
They are amazing. I love the detail on them.
Great, aren't
yeah,
they?
really intricate.
Put that over there. I'm just finding room in the fridge. All because my emojis. I don't get my emojis out. So the emojis have gone nice and opaque. A quick. See how easy they're just coming out?
Oh, I love them.
And there's a little bit of a, there we go, how easy they come out. There's no force in letting them come out. So what I'll do now, I mean I am going to be dusting those, but where have they gone? Just for a minute while I take, you know what, I don't want fingerprints on, so just for a minute while I take the casings off, put your thumb inside at the middle. You don't want to press down, but you just want to very carefully just release the inner. There we go, we're just releasing that, and I just keep going round, and I can feel it all going, and it comes out. You don't want to force it. You must make sure that you're very gentle doing it. She says, did you see that? You see that nice catch then? Did you see that catch? So look, we've got a bit of chocolate on that one there, but I'm just going to release, and as you're releasing it, I can then get hold of that, just break the chocolate off, and that goes back in your chocolate bowl. So don't be worried if you've overfilled slightly and think, oh no, I've overfilled, because you can also flatten them by just putting them onto a nice warm plate, which I'll show you in a bit, which will get these little rough edges off that, and we'll get all the little rough edges off, and they'll be lovely and smooth for going onto as your decorations.
For everyone asking, these aren't on the website yet, but they will be over the weekend.
Carol's putting all these on the website over the weekend. I just want to show you what we've been, the new stock coming in. So when you see it at weekend, you'll have seen it on the live.
And Teresa, it depends on how long you want to melt the chocolate. We say 30-second increments to check that you don't burn it, and just give it a bit of a swish around. And it should be not too cold, but cool enough so it won't burn you or change the temperature of your fridge.
That's what I'm more concerned about, is you don't want to up your temperature unless you've just got a fridge dedicated for chocolate. So there we go, I'm going to put those, let's just see if there's anything else ready. If anything starts to, oh.
Is that a good or a bad or?
Ooh.
Oh, it's a good o.
Ooh.
No.
Let's put these out of the way. So remember ladies, what did we say? Warm, soapy water, no dishwasher. Someone put them in the dishwasher and they all shriveled.
If you put them in the dishwasher, Karen will come to your house.
And tell you off. So here we go with, we've got our large pop bottle. So I'm only putting my gloves on because my hands are so warm. I don't want fingerprints all over them. You see how set that was?
That scared us.
It scared me. So look at that. That's how good. So again, hand very gently, and you're not ripping it out, you're just very carefully peeling it away from the chocolate. As I said before, it doesn't matter if you overspilt it, because that bit on there will come off nicely.
So Karen, someone's just asked, where did you get the gloves from?
You can get them on Amazon, you can buy them. I mean, Carol bought 12 pairs. I think when I bought them on Amazon, I got 6 pairs, and they're not expensive at all, and they're great, so you're not getting fingerprints over your chocolate. They're absolutely great for that, because there's, I've noticed before, if I've got a fingerprint on the chocolate, the dust brings it up when you go to dust it. It actually, it must be a bit like CSI. It brings up my fingerprint on there, so you want to be, you know, really, really careful when you're dusting, and if you can use the cotton gloves, absolutely great. So look at that, as that bottle like that. It's amazing, isn't it? So we're going to melt that in a bit, and we're going to put that together. So I'm going to put that onto my tray.
Good Father's Day gift.
They are, aren't they?
Just for you, yeah, for my husband.
Right, so let's put that into the fridge for now.
Leslie has just said that bottle is so much larger than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, it is.
Fair
Right.
size.
Let me get my bowl here. Look, I can use this chocolate again. There we go.
And Doe Griffin has just said, please stop showing us new products. I will go bankrupt.
Sorry, Doe. There we go. So I've got the chocolate there. Quick tidy up. Put that over there. That to one side for washing in a moment. Pick that up out of there. There we go. Quick wipe down, because now, let's try the motorbike. So I'm going to unclip it. If it doesn't come away first time, it's going back in the fridge. I want to make sure it has gone, it's opaque. I want to make sure there's nothing around the, make sure if it does anything, I just want to peel that away a bit from there, from the seam. I want to make sure the seams are not covered in chocolate, because that makes it more difficult to do.
Let's make a small prayer to the chocolate gods right now. Wow.
Well, that's partly done. You see, it's all good. Look at that. Can you get a front view? There we go. There is motorbike. So what?
So good on top of
So
the
what
cake.
do you think? I can do an overhead shot like that.
People are saying, look at the shine on that.
Yeah, you can see the shine, can't you? You can see all the details there. And then that, when I dust that in a bit, I'm going to dust it in the gold, because I'll do a silver bottle and I will do a gold, or I can do a silver motorbike for a change, because the silver wonder dust and even the copper and the ruby rose brings up, I'll do a copper one, because it brings up all these gorgeous details. So let's pop that into the fridge very carefully.
Debbie and Mandy have both done little like clapping for you. So well done. Leslie said, wow, 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 look at that shine. That is our tempered chocolate, just for anyone who's asking as well. I think Karen deserves a round of applause for that.
So I was mortified on Friday. You know I was, when my bike broke. But I did say to you, I'd do it again now, just to show that if you do leave it in the fridge until the mould has gone opaque, it has set. And be very careful. Just treat it with love when you take it out. Very careful pressing, very carefully. And you can hear it crackling and coming away from the mould, which is what you want. Right, so I've had 30 seconds for my chocolate. It's not moved. Let's give that another 30 seconds. Just after I played with chocolate, let's just make sure we've got no chocolate in this. because with these ones now, I'm going to put the chocolate in using a spoon and a brush, because I'm going to have to give these a good couple of coatings, especially on the sides, so that it doesn't crack when we bring it off. I've got my lolly sticks ready, which these are on the website also, or will be. You should be sitting down and resting after all that driving you've done.
Sat on the bum for 5 hours.
I know, but all that driving. So I have my spoons. So if you want, you can tip it in and whirl it around, but it doesn't work as well, it's coming out. So it's better to get the spoon, and we're going to spoon it in. Let it dry so it goes that dull on the inside, so I know that it's dried okay. And then we're going to give it another coat. I have used, in the past as well, I've used a brush. I've used a brush to brush the chocolate up there, just to make sure that it's all covered. I'm just going to give that another 10 seconds, because I don't want it to set while I'm doing it. So I've got my other spatula around here somewhere.
Tracy has just said, I love the bunny one.
Do which one?
The bunny one.
Oh, yes.
The little bunny mould.
That one.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. So that's had another 15 seconds there. And as you can see, there's some buttons there. So we're just going to give it a right nice stir around. Because I'm not going to put these in the fridge. I'm going to let these air dry until I've got the second coat on. And then I'll put I'll leave them to dry, and then we'll put the cake pop mix into it, and we'll seal it with the chocolate.
So Louise has just asked, what are the moulds called you're using?
They'll be in the What's New section. They're not on the website yet, but if you put lollipop moulds in, it should bring these up, because they are lollipop moulds. So I don't know the proper name yet until Carol puts them on the website at weekend, but if you put lollipop in, they probably will pop up. If not, just message on Facebook at weekend if you're struggling, and me or Carol will find them for you as soon as they're on. But if you look in the What's New, they're always in the What's New section as well. And I think Carol may put them in my Facebook Live one. If she's done a Facebook Live for today, she may put them in that one. But always check the What's New section as well.
I think people are also asking for you to use these moulds in making ice cream ones as well in the future.
Yeah, I will do in the future. All we do is we just make our own ice cream, don't we? We set them, make our own ice cream, Sugar and Crumbs ice cream, which is amazing, as all you ladies know. And then we could pour it into the set chocolate, but then we would have to wait for that ice cream to set before I could pour. We'd have to let it like semi-set before I could put a lid on it, so it would take time. You can use ice cream that you've already made, if you've made Sugar and Crumbs ice cream, but we just have to soften it a little bit and put it in. But again, I have got a little tub of Twister in there, so we could make it and then soften it very slightly, leave it out just for 10 minutes in room temperature, so I can spoon it in without breaking the chocolate. But then you'd have some really good, like, is it like the chocolate lollies that you can get that are full of ice cream? Mm. So there we go, that's nice and stirred. Now this isn't flavoured. This is just our tempered chocolate. And I'm just going to use a spoon. I want to make sure I'm getting into the, so for this one, I'm just going to spoon into the, making sure I'm getting into the pores, because then I'm going to use my brush. I'm just going to make sure I'm brushing up the sides. This is why it takes a couple of coats. You don't want to just do one coat. You need to do a nice coat. And I've got a nice thick bottom, not personally, on there, just so that when I put the cake mix in, it won't break through, because you need to have a pretty solid base so I can put the cake mix into it. So I'm just making sure I'm coating these and then making sure that it's all covered like that. I'm going to just pour a little bit. As you can see from that, you can still see part of the pour there. I don't want to see the pour because that would break. So I want to put a little bit more in just to cover the pour. So most of the pour there, you can see the ridges are covered. Now, I've got a nice thick base on that. So what I will do now, because this chocolate sets quite quickly, is put my lolly sticks in now. And then I will coat the sides again in a moment. Just want to make sure my lolly sticks have gone in there. Come on. There we go. So it doesn't matter if it goes down, it doesn't, because it's going to set into the chocolate. It's going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to leave that just to start to go off a little bit while we deal with this one. So some people like using a spoon, some people like using a brush. I just like the idea that I can get into all the little nooks and crannies with my brush, make sure the chocolate's going up there, but I don't want to see any of the pink mould. So I will give this side a really good coat again in a moment. I'm just evening that bottom bit out. Sorry if my head was in the way then. Just wanted to make sure I'd even that bottom bit out. Let's do 2 of these. Then again, we're just making sure that the chocolate is equal over the bottom. There's no ridges showing, so I know it's okay. But what I want to do now is put the lolly sticks in. I'm just going to do one of these ones. Then we've just got a selection, haven't we, India? Just do one of these ones.
I mean, they'll all look splendid because you'll be doing them, Karen, so...
Yeah, I don't want to do too many, but just wanted to give you an idea of what they will look like. Put the lolly stick in there. Come on. There we go.
I think everyone's gonna love the bunny one. Oh, and Lynn just said I can hear the birds in the background. We've got the door open because it is really, really hot in Britain at the moment. So we've got the door open.
So there we go. I'm just making sure I've painted up to just make sure that first coat that you paint all the edge, and then I'm getting over, making sure it's all level over my bunny eyes and my bunny mouth. Right, and then I put a lolly stick in that one. So I'm going to leave those just over here slightly, just to go a bit more opaque, and then I can coat those again. So don't worry if your chocolate sets, because you know you can put it straight back into the microwave and melt it again. So just scrape it down while it's still soft. We'll just scrape it down into the bottom of the bowl, and I can melt that again in a minute if I need to. We'll get the white ghosts are ready for coming out now. Here we go.
Mandy's just said that they have to go, but thank you, Karen and India. See you later, Lisa. Oh, bless.
So you can see these are coming out really easily. Just a slight touch on the mould. Why? Because the strawberry tasting.
It was the white chocolate mice, weren't it? They were so strong.
Yes. So look at those. And then, as you can see there, you can see that dark spot there, that shows that they're coming away from the mould. And you just pop them out. Look at them, we've got the mice. They don't look like mice, they look like ghosts. So we've got the ghosts there now. So while we've got these here,
Is it time? Is it time?
well, it is because my chocolate lollies aren't due. I might have to put the chocolate lollies in the fridge, you see, just to, you know, help them along. Because it is so warm in here. So I'll just protect my board a little bit. Let me just get another tray for those. Because once they've set slightly there, I can coat them again. She says, I need 2 trays, don't I? Stop being daft. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I've had banana, I've had loads of water, I'm absolutely fine. But I have got some water here, but as well. Right, so I know that's starting to go opaque now, so I'm just going to put these in the fridge just to set slightly, and then we'll give them another quick coat, and then we can fill with the cake pop mix. There we go. Here we go. As you can see, this is my second bottle.
Don't worry, I've been forcing Carol to eat and drink today, so don't worry everyone. We know it's a hot day.
Right. Ghosts. I love the ghosts, and we could just do, I mean, it's great leaving them as white chocolate as well, but let's just do a couple of them with our gorgeous sparkling white.
We've just put the lollies in the fridge just because it's a very hot day, so that will help them set a bit quicker for you, so we can get them out a little bit later.
White sparkle, here it is. Yeah, we're going to be waiting forever if I don't let that first coat set in the fridge. They're just taking a while because it's just so warm in here. Right, there we go. Some lovely white sparkle. Oh, remember to put your lids on so you don't tip it over. I've got a couple. Oh, look at these. Let's just do. I'm not going to do too many. Can you see that shine coming up there?
Yeah, I'm going to get closer.
So this is our white sparkle, which is great on this chocolate. But you also can use any colour. If you wanted to have a different coloured ghost, you know, why not? So look at that with the white sparkle. You like that, don't you?
Yeah, that's amazing.
It makes it look, they go just really shiny, don't they?
They look like proper ghosts now.
Right, let's do, I've seen white gravestones, they could be marble. So we've got that gravestone. Let's do a witch's finger. You can see all the detail comes out on the witch's finger then.
You've got green in now. Green on the
Yes. Well, I've got the witch's finger there.
Yeah.
So that's our lovely white sparkle. How good does that look? Could you pass me that slate there, please? Yeah, because I'm going to put that on so we can show people when we've finished what we've got. thank you. So we'll...
Oh, they really shine up on that, don't they?
Everyone is absolutely loving them. You say they look pearly almost.
They're great, aren't they? So I've got those ones. So then let's look at what else we've got. I haven't got all my colours here. I forgot to replace the ones that Carol would give away. So I'll tell you what, I've got a lovely shimmer blue here. This is gorgeous. Just clean that up, and then let's try a shimmer blue.
Ooh, that looks good.
On the gravestone. That's nice. We'll have a very earthly looking skeleton's face. Imagine that glowing at you in the dark.
Gosh. I'd run for a mile if I saw that in the dark.
Then I've got a bat. I'm going to do a couple in the other, just to show you on the white chocolate that the other colours work as great as what they do on the dark chocolate as well, on milk chocolate. But look at that. It brings all the design out. You know, all the features, all the little tiny detail on the RIP. There you can see you've got a skull, you've got the little crosses, you've got the RIP. It absolutely brings everything out for you. Oh, oops. There you go, look at that.
Wow.
Brings everything out, it's so good. So you can as well just... You see, in using these gloves, it's great. And if you just you can wash your gloves with your towels or whatever in your washing machine, and they absolutely come up great. Doesn't matter if they still come up with a little bit of mark on them, because they are all clean and they work as well. So look at that. Put those there. Let's just choose sparkling gold.
Oh, this is my favourite.
Do you like this one, do you?
Yeah, last week loads. It's just so shiny and gold.
Do you fancy a gold cat? A lucky cat, you could have it, couldn't you? Look at that for a nice lucky cat. It might have a witch's hat on, but you know. And then we could have a gold.
Ooh, the skull looks great.
Gold skull. And I'll just show you with Ruby Rose.
I'm excited for this colour. I love this colour.
Well, I'm going to do the motorbike we're going to do the motorbike in copper, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Do just a couple of ghosts, because I want to leave some nice white ghosts as well.
It's come up so well.
You don't have to do the back, remember, you can just do the front and just go around the sides. So look at that. And let's do a copper cat.
So James just asked, is there a green in the Wonderdust selection, which is a bit like moss?
It's a fusion green we've got, which is pretty much, it's like the Tiffany colour, the fusion green. It's absolutely gorgeous, but I just haven't got one here. I'm going to have to get Carol to bring one home with her. The fusion green. That's the only one we have in the Wonderdust at the moment, is the fusion green. So I'm going to leave these white ones all white. All right. Just so that we've got some different colours for doing the photographs. And let's get the bottle out. In fact, let's just check on my... Oh, yes. We're just going to do these. As you can see, that started to set, so straight back into the microwave. Don't put your spatula in there. I'll do that on 20 seconds, move it out of the way so I don't actually melt anything. Don't be melting chocolate on top of the microwave. So I'm just going to give these another coat with the brush. Because really I don't need to coat the bottom, it's more the sides that I'm going to coat now. So I just want to coat the sides. So that's melted. Got that nice and melted again. Use the brush. And actually just want to brush. I actually melted the chocolate needs to melt on my brush. Hang on a minute. Just making sure I'm getting the side. I want the sides to have two, but I'm just doing a little slight one on the bottom. But it's more the sides that I'm concentrating because I knew the bottom had quite a thick coat on the bottom. So it's not to make sure the sides have got a nice thick coat as well. So when we peel them out of the mould, they don't break.
Yep, so Leah, these moulds will be going up on the weekend. So they're not up now, but they will be on the weekend. So keep an eye out.
Again, just making sure that all the sides, that chocolate being a bit thicker, that's great because all the sides are getting a really nice coat. Let's go into this one.
Ooh, Tracy's just said, I love this live, Karen. Defo giving Ollie the chocolate run for his money.
I'll try and show you a simple way of doing things as well. There we go, just want to make sure that there, look at that now. So I'll whip those back into the fridge quickly to set, and I'll do the other two, just so that I can get them filled with the cake pop mix for you. I love these pours. So it's just getting into, making sure you're getting round and you're getting into all the little bits. I mean, you can do it with a spoon if you want to, but I actually find it easier just with a brush when I'm doing that second coat especially, because I just want to make sure that I've got all the way round and I've got into a quick brush on the bottom just to make sure that I'm okay over the ridges. Because especially if you're working with ice cream, you don't want the chocolate to split because your ice cream would pop out.
Tracy's also just said, I want the paws and the rabbits.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They're so cute.
Right, they've had a nice coating, so I just need those to set just about 3 or 4 minutes. Are you alright to stay with me? I know it's only 20 to 4, we've only been going an hour and a half, we're fine, aren't we, girls? Hey, girls and boys, are you with me? Don't abandon me.
So Linda's just said, do you buy the sticks separate from the moulds?
Yes, you do. They come in, I think they are in packs of 50. They're on the website, or they will be going, I don't know if they're on the website now, or if they're going on the website at the weekend. Right, what have I got left? Oh. We'll do that in a minute. The trinket box. Just as you can tell, look at me again. Take these gloves off, or take one off while we just have a smattering of chocolate clean up, shall we, girls? There we go.
So Andrea's just asked, am I being daft, or how do you get them out of the moulds with the sticks in them?
You will see, hopefully, in a little while. So let me, there's nothing in the microwave, so what I want to do now is I just want to warm that microwave plate up. Put them over there. So I have got a cloth special, and I'm going to put the bottle together before we dust it. So we don't burn said grey board. We take great care of our boards, don't we, Lisa? I'm just warming this plate up now so it's nice and warm, so I can put both parts of the bottle on it, and then we can get it together. If you have any open bits, don't be worried, you can just fill it in with chocolate. You can just put a bit of chocolate in a piping bag and just go round it. So he'll be ready to do in a moment. I'll do the bottle first, then we'll do the bike. Just feel this. Nail it. So just remember, you can do these anything, and then you can put, if you wanted, you could pipe someone's name or do it with your lettering and put someone's name across the bottle and make it really personal. Even the word Dad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So I have one half of the bottle straight onto there. I'm melting that so it's nice and flat. Once I can see the sides, yes, the sides are all melted now. Straight away, we'll go with this one. Now I'm just pressing it slightly, just so that I know they've all done. And then we'll put straight together. Come on, you know you want to. So I have got a couple of gaps, so we will melt some more chocolate. We'll melt some more chocolate and we'll go round the gaps with the piping bag. I mean, you can pipe chocolate along the edge if you wanted to do it that way. It's just that I'm not got a very steady hand for piping the chocolate in the bag. It tends to go down the sides, inside, everywhere except on the edge. I'm just going to hold that together. I think a bit, I must have got right up to the top in the mould. So we'll leave that there, put that on there. Do-do-do-dum. I'm going to need some more chocolate anyway, because I'm going to have to fill the cake pot.
Tracy's just said what she's been done, and everyone makes it look so difficult. But it's nice to see it done easier and still have the same results.
So you're just going to pour a little bit of chocolate into this one here. Not too hot. Now those gloves were a bit. Let's put clean gloves on. This is why you get about 6 pairs, it's great. I'm going to cut off the tiniest bit again at the top. Excuse me a second. Might wait for the chocolate to go a bit thicker there, but you know, you could have a broken bottle top. Just bear with me. What I will do is I usually just use one hand, smooth it down, because once I've put the dust on it, you don't see it. Just leave that setting a moment. Leave that setting a minute, because once it sets you can just build it up. Just have a clean cloth with your hand. Just leave that a moment while it's setting, and then we'll come back to that. Put that on there. It's best doing it in stages, just let that set, then we can build up on it again. We have our bike. So what time did you say you wanted this copper? This bike? Here we go. It's almost like a vintage motorbike, isn't it, when you do it like that?
Looks like a statue. It does come up so nice on chocolate.
It certainly does.
Junior said it looks amazing.
How nice does this look?
Pay a lot of money in a chocolate shop for something like that. It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, someone said that earlier. They said the amount of money you pay for something like this when you can just do it so easy with our products.
I think this small. I think it's about $11.99, but it's I'm not too sure. Someone could check that for me, but it's absolutely so worth it. Because look at the detail on there.
That is $12.99.
$12.99. So there we go. Look at that, and it just rough it up with a brush, and look at that. How good is that? And you can see the detail on it.
Absolutely stunning.
So it's well worth it, isn't it? It's great as for Father's Day. It's great for anybody who's into motorbikes. You know, we've got
I'm about to do a cake with a motorbike, and it's taken me hours and hours to do the modelling of it.
I know.
Yeah.
So let's just do a couple of, what's this one? Ruby Rose, this one. So we're just going to do a little emoji there so you can see.
So that last one, that was copper.
That was
everyone.
copper,
And
yeah.
this is Ruby Rose.
This is Ruby Rose.
These would be good for little hot chocolate bombs for little kiddies, wouldn't
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be really good to two halves together.
Yeah, so you've got that one. And then we've got a sparkling gold one.
I was about to say, could you do one in gold?
I can do one in gold just for you, absolutely. We've got Winker. Oh, he's winking with his tongue out. He's got his tongue stuck out. That's what it is. Now I've got the dust on. I can see him winking with his tongue stuck out. Cheeky.
But even them round the side of the cake as well, they're
Yeah.
amazing.
Let's see what one in white, shall we? Just to show you what the sparkling white looks like.
It really does always take my breath away when you pop it on and it just changes the colour dramatically. You just don't think it comes up that well, and then it does.
I'm going to leave one plain and let's just do him. What have I got in there? Oh, I've got a bit of blue.
So Jane has just said, could you press moulding? I'm guessing moulding icing into the motorbike, freeze it for a while, and then turn it out. Would that work?
You could try.
Yeah, I suppose
You could, but you'd have to do it in the two. You'd have to do it in the two halves.
a bit good dust in the corner.
Yeah, but do it in the two halves and then use your gunk to glue it together. I would do that. I wouldn't try and take it out of the mould whole. I actually would probably do it in two halves and then use gunk to glue it all together again.
I wouldn't even use the freezer. I would just use a really good Bud Light. I use
Yeah.
Saraceno.
And let it set.
Yeah.
Let it set, get it out, but make sure you dust with corn flour, absolutely. So then it's just...
I like eating chocolate because you can eat it with muffins and toothpaste. You don't
I know.
eat it. I'd rather have that on top.
See, look at our skeletons there.
Serena's just said that motorbike looks amazing.
So you can tell I'm just using what I've got out, but look at that for a skeleton. We've got gold, we've got sparkling white. So you can colour these any colour that you want to. It just brings up, when you dust them though, just brings up all the detail on the chocolate. And let's just do the last one. We'll do that in the copper.
Pam has just joined and said, gutted, forgot you were in the kitchen, Karen. We'll have to catch up tomorrow. Don't worry, you can still catch it on Facebook and also YouTube. But yes, I think we'll be doing a lot more with these moulds and this chocolate. And
Absolutely. I mean, look at these. I'm just doing a couple of the gravestones because it really brings up, because I just want to take I want to just finish with chocolate now and then just quickly do our moulds. But look at them, absolutely. Oops, look at them, she says. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll just do a quick... It just brings up the detail really, really nice. So let's just carry on with that bottle.
you can actually see little bits of the wonder dust just in the air on camera.
You actually see I'm twinkling, girls. I am twinkling now. So my chocolate has started to sit a little bit in my bag, which is what I wanted. So what I'm going to do now is take this glove off again. Then we're going to squeeze that bit out of the bag into the bowl. I just want it a little bit just trying to, I mean, sometimes you can mend it. There we go. So got that like that. go over that top bit there. Now I just think you could pretend it was a money box for the top bit.
Or even put one of the chocolate discs on top of
Yes.
it.
Yeah, you actually could, yeah. So we've got our bottle like that, and then I'll get a chocolate, we could put a chocolate button on the top, melt it, and it'd be like the lid. But what I want to do now is as well, I want to get these, dust this. Let's get the dust out of the way. So what did I say I was going to do? It's silver.
Oh, was it silver?
I said, because I said I'd do it silver as well. She said silver.
Can you stock it? Silver one, I think they've got.
I can't do a gold one, I can do a lovely gold
I
one.
think gold would look amazing, especially for Father's Day.
Do you want bright gold? Or should we bright gold rather than sparkling? Just do a nice bright gold.
Giving them a gold-plated
Gold.
bottle, they think that it's, and then realise it's chocolate. I think it's a good Father's Day idea.
Let's just clean my brush off there. That's one, add the white on, that's better. Right. And the top with that, it sounds daft, the top with that chocolate also, it almost looks like it's foil going around the top of the bottle there, doesn't it? What do you think, India, of that?
Ooh, I like it. It looks like a treasure I need to steal.
It looks like, yeah, like a trophy or something. You won it.
Karen, if you keep making stuff look this good, then we're going to struggle to eat it because it looks so good.
Just brush the top there, so you could pretend it was a money box. Oh, but we are going to do what Lisa said. I'm actually going to put a chocolate button on the top, melt it, you know, like warm it on, and then it would just look like the top of the bottle. So look at that, like we've got.
That's stunning.
How good is that? So what I want to do now is just move all my dust to one side.
Everyone's saying how the bottle's really popping. I think the joke intended.
I'm going to put it over here just for a minute. I'm going to get the, just clean my board off. Looks like I might have to give that a bit of a seasoning before Lisa's live tonight. Oh no, it's fine. Remember, if you think that the dust is sticking on or you've got any colour that's sticking on, a little bit of Trex, a good massage into the bowl, a nice clean damp cloth in nice warm water, and it'll look like absolute as it's just come out of the factory all over again.
And I've done that to mine last week and I was painting the gold and it's all over the ball and everything was washing up. I was like, let me trace that and it works a treat.
It's great, isn't it? Right, let's get those gloves over there. Just trying to clean up as I go along so it's not like too messy. And let's get our chocolate out.
Everyone's saying on the chat they can't wait for Lisa's live as well. Someone's asked, what are you making? Making a watermelon cake, aren't you?
Yeah, so it's going to look like half a watermelon. I was going to do, you can do a round one, but there's not enough time to ganache it and chill it and ice it and everything, so I'm doing half of one.
Right, so I've got my cake pop mix. And I've just got my other little spoon now. And I'm just making sure I'm spooning it into, I'm using the paw first. It's going straight over the stick. But I want to leave a gap because I want to be able to pour chocolate in to set it. So I'm just making sure that's nice and flat. And that I've got a good 1/2 centimetre a good half a centimetre gap so that I can spread the chocolate down. So we get a good coating of that. And push it into this mould here. You don't want the gap to be too big because you'll have a massive coat of chocolate, but you do want to have a decent, at least it's a quarter of a centimetre to half a centimetre. I would say that gap is there. So that's then pushed in. Use your palette knife, use a spoon, use your mini palette knife, just so you're getting in to all the corners, because if you don't get the cake pop in, then when you put the chocolate in, you could end up breaking part of the casing when you're taking it out. So don't forget to join us tonight at 8 o'clock for Lisa's live. I'm looking forward to that. Here we go.
Airbrushing for those that have got an airbrush.
Oh, you're airbrushing as well. She's showing you how to airbrush as well. Oh, amazing. And been too scared to use it. Then watch Lisa.
Basic airbrushing.
How good is that?
So someone's just asked, how long do all these last once they're made?
I would say, with a cake pop mix, I would say at least, would you say a week, Lisa?
Yeah, because it's sealed inside.
Because it's sealed inside chocolate, and it's got buttercream in it, like Lisa says, so it's not going to go stale, but I would say you'd get a good week out of them, so you could make them, and you could, and I actually would store them in the fridge, would you, Lisa?
Yeah.
Only because with this weather being so warm now, you don't want the chocolate melting. I actually would leave them in the fridge. They're a lovely chilled dessert. So I'm bringing that down, making sure I've got bits of gaps there. And then the last one. Come out of the, sorry, I thought I'd gone straight off the screen, then I thought she's done it again.
Don't worry, you're still in.
Am I still there? Just want to press that down, make sure we've got a nice filling.
Deb says, I freeze my cake pops like this.
Yeah. It's a good idea, isn't it? And do you leave them in the freezer, Debs, or do you just freeze them and then bring them out and put them in the fridge? Because once it's in chocolate, it's fine, but if you remember that in hot heat, the chocolate will melt. So I've got those in there. I'm just going to melt some more chocolate now so we can top these. I don't think I'm going to have enough in this. Just bear with me a second. Just look at these lovely cake pops there. Let's get some more chocolate quickly. My goodness. So it's only 250 grams.
Is that what you've used?
In those cake pop ones, yeah.
So just as a reminder for everyone, today we're using our tempered chocolate, and that's on our website. The moulds that we're using today, they'll be on our website in the weekend, so keep an eye out. These are currently, I'd say cake pops, taste little cake pops. Deb has also said, I need them in the freezer wrapped.
Oh, brilliant. Right, while I've got this here, I kept a button out. Where's my bag of chocolate? You see my bag of chocolate's gone. Just going to warm my bag of chocolate up in a minute, because we're going to put a button on top of the bottle there, and we're going to dust that in gold as well. So I'm just doing this in, leave that button there. Because I want to get these in the fridge so they'll set. I'll get them in the fridge quickly, they'll set, and they should be set within sort of 10-15 minutes. They should be done, and I can get one out for you so you can see it.
So Lorraine's just said, I've never made cake pops, but I might need to give it a try. They're dead easy and they're really nice.
Yeah, they certainly are. So I just keep looking at my cake pop mix. I'm just making sure that I've got it down from the sides, because I want to make sure that I really am sealing the cake pop within the lollipop. Yeah. And I've got a good coating of chocolate around the side there. I can't see any of the mould through the chocolate. So as I said, I know it takes time, but do it in 30-second increments. You don't want to burn your chocolate, so it's better to be patient and just do it 30 seconds at a time. I know I've been very tempted before now to you know, a couple of clicks of the microwave, but I won't do it because I did it once and it turned disastrous.
Debbie has just said, every time Karen says bear with me, I think of Miranda's friend bear with. Bear with. Okay, I'm back.
I was only saying that to my daughter last night. I want to watch that again. I love Miranda.
So as you can see there, I've still got some buttons in there, but the chocolate is quite warm, so I am just, if I stir that round, the solid chocolate that was in the bowl will cool that chocolate down, so I can get it straight into the cake pop mould and we can get those straight into the fridge. So no tempering, just a right good stir to get rid of any lumps that may be there. Everything is melted beautifully.
Junie's just said, how good would the cake pops be with the flavour and the chocolate?
Oh,
beautiful.
Oh, with the chocolate cake in the middle and strawberry outside.
yes. So I'm putting.
We all need to calm down. We're getting too into this now.
We're getting too excited, aren't we? So you see that? I'm just using my little palette knife just to make sure I'm sealing it. I don't want it to go over, but I want to make sure it's sealed. If you wanted to, you could use a piping bag again to pipe it all round. I'm just pouring it and then just using my palette knife just to come around the edges.
Because Karen's a professional and she can do this really well.
I just want to make sure everything is covered, and if I think I've got a bit of a gap, a little bit of chocolate sorts it out. There we go. If any chocolate comes over the side of your mould, do not panic, because it will just pick off when you take the lolly out of the mould.
Ooh, Lorraine's just said, oh yes, toffee mocha cake with coffee chocolate.
Oh, Lorraine, you're making my mouth water. So a little bit more there because I can see cake pop mix. Let me just get that out of there. It's annoying me. There we go. I don't want to see cake pop mix, but I want to see the chocolate has gone all the way up to the edge of the mould as well. Last one. We'll get these chucked into the fridge. What I might do is put one in the fridge, one in the freezer. There we go.
Leah has just said, I hope Carol's got a lot of these moulds. They're going to fly out. I would also agree, from your reaction today, I think a lot of people are very excited for these to come back in the shop.
Right, I have just put that and put these in the fridge. I put 2 in the freezer. Put these ones in the fridge. Because I'll be able to get the freezer, well, you know, because the fridge ones will set quicker. And I'll be able to show you how to get them out of the mould then. So I'm just melting this chocolate in my piping bag. Yeah, it's getting there. Just want to, I don't want it to be really, really runny, but you see the bottom end there has got the set chocolate in again, so we just squeeze that out. There we go, squeeze it out. Get my bottle back. Get a glove on. Always one glove goes in, one finger disappears, doesn't it? Right, so I want to come on, you're not, oh, there you go. So I don't mind it being a bit more solid on that top bit there because I want to just stick.
Perfect size.
Perfect size, and thank you for your very good suggestion there, Lisa. Much appreciated.
You're very welcome.
Bright gold.
Just sent a picture of that to my daughters and said, shall we get this for Dad? And they was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
So look at it, actually looks like. But what I can do there as well, because it's still sorry sweet, was I disappearing again?
A little bit.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Right, so I'm just going to scrape that chocolate round there. We've sealed the lid, it looks like a proper lid, so I'm just going to wait for that just to dry a little bit. It's practically dry now, and we'll give it another. So you see, so if you ruin the top when it comes out, don't worry, there's ways and means.
That's really good.
There's ways and means around it. You're making your own little, you're making your own top there. What was I putting that away for? Got to dust the cake again. Cake, chocky. And then I can see what the freezer, see what the cake pops are like. Get those out for you.
Lynn's just asked, does it matter how many times the chocolate is reheated?
I would say no. I would say you're not going to heat loads and loads every time. So if you did yourself 500 grams and you thought I've still got some left, then yeah, you could put it into a bag and save it. But if you do yourself 250 grams, you can still save any little bit that you get.
Are these, when these moulds going on?
At weekend. Just straight round here. So look at that.
Oh, it looks like a proper bottle top.
That is absolutely amazing.
So you see, because I had a hole in the top, we just got one of the buttons that are exact size for that top of our S&C Tempered Chocolate, and I piped the chocolate around it, so it looks like I'm about to pop the lid off that. So don't panic if something's not quite right. Pipe the chocolate in, wait for it to set, smooth it down, and then you can dust it again, or you can put the chocolate on. So you can put the chocolate on and go round it, and that just looks like, if I just bend it down that way.
It really does like a bowl lid. It's amazing.
So it's like I've got my little lid on there. So let's just bring everything in that I've done with chocolate before I go to the fridge.
Deb has said you could put cake mix in that bottle. In that bottle and make a birthday cake.
You could.
Oh, yeah.
So as you can see, we stand up. We stand up. I know we're upside down on some and that, but we're just placing them on there for you. So you have a lovely lot of moulds to choose from.
So Leah's just asked, did you do the trinket box yet? No, we've
I'm
not.
going to get it out the fridge.
Yet.
I'm getting it out the fridge now.
We thought we'd just give it a little bit more time.
Because I checked it and it hadn't quite gone opaque. And you know, I am not going to take anything out that hasn't gone opaque.
Karen's very stern with her chocolate practices. Do not put the mould in the dishwasher.
No.
Do not take the chocolate out if it's not opaque.
Yeah, don't do what I did last Friday and try to rush it because it doesn't work. And you just have to melt it back down again, which I did with that motorbike. I just melted it all down again. There we go. So, let's get...
Deborah's just said amazing work. I think everyone is really impressed with your work today. Best one yet.
Just do what I said, just gently peel it off. Now with these, it does come over the edges a bit, and you have to seal it. It doesn't seal as a trinket box, it's just a... I could actually do that onto my hot mat.
Leah's just said looks lovely in pink.
Right, so I've got that, and I've got these little bits around here, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that on the hot mat to see where I can get it to sit on there. Look at that, how it sits on there. Remember, it's not a true to life. So I get that on there. I can seal it by, if we melt it, we can seal it. So if you wanted to do it properly, you'd have to put something into it first before you then you could actually seal it. Because the lid just seems a little bit bigger than the trinket box because it has a nice lip on it, so it's a nice lip on the trinket box. I'm just warming my plate up again now. Clean cloth out there. Just take the chocolate off, I don't want it to mark. Right, let's see what we can do there to get that flattened down. And that one.
Everyone is saying these look so pretty.
So I'm making sure that I flatten that down now, so that's a nice, I know that that edge is all a nice sharp edge. And then on this one,
Paula said you could use the trinket box for engagement cakes and you could put a ring in it.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be so lovely. I'd also have to marry the man who put a ring in a chocolate trinket box though.
Well, you would really, wouldn't
If
you?
they've put the effort in and the time to do it, then yeah, I'm gonna have to marry you now.
So it it just balances on the top. It doesn't. It's not a box you can open and close. You'd have to put something you'd have to put something in the box and then seal. You'd have to shave it down and seal the lid onto the box. But that just smells gorgeous because it's a strawberry milkshake one. So you see, you just have to shave it down a little bit, and that. But you've got the lid on there. But you could use it as well as a coaster and put the lid on top of the coaster, and you could do it that way. So let's put them onto the tray there. Move them over there. Right, is it time? Mm-hmm. Is it time?
It's half 4.
No, is it time to get these out?
Oh, I thought you were asking what the time was.
No,
then. I was like,
these are the ones in the freezer have set. So I'm going to get these ones out just to show you how to get them out. It's nice. So very carefully peel away. Very carefully peel away. And you're peeling right down to the stick, and you're pushing the stick out with your hand. Don't pull the stick because the stick will come out the lolly. Look.
wow, the shine on that.
Doggy ones.
Oh, I can't wait to see these.
Very carefully, we have to peel away. And remember, he's got fingers. So you're peeling away all the time. I've made sure it's all released from the edge. Oh, see, I've done it there. Hang on, let me just do this one. Might be better to go. Yeah. It's better if you put your lolly down and go this way with it. Schoolgirl error. We're all allowed one, aren't we?
That's why you always make tip, Karen.
Yeah. And I'm going to push. Here's a release from there. I'm going to push the stick through.
Oh, that is just so cute.
Let me just push him out. I don't know what I've done with him now. I probably broke the cake pop, which I will show you, because this is if you're not careful, then this is what happens. Don't take it out the way I showed you just before. Make sure you paste it downwards this way, and we're peeling very carefully. And then we're going to push the stick. You see, because I did it that way, I didn't push, because I did it, what did I say, the first way, I tried to peel it away. It doesn't work, but you know what? You actually can fix them with melted chocolate, believe it or not. You actually can fix those up. But look at that, if you pull it away the right way, the correct way, so make sure, especially for this mould, that you hold it downwards and very carefully peel away on that mould. It's very important, because he's got his toes. The chocolate is going between each toe, so you have to be really careful. That's what you're releasing from the mould. I will just check the other ones. I don't know if they're ready yet. Oh, they're not bad. The bunny rabbit one you wanted to see. So let's see. I'm glad I made 2 feet, because I've got a real foot now. We've got a foot, that. Again, I'm going to do this with the rabbit one as well. Downwards, peel back very carefully, and then get the stick and push the stick out of the mould. You don't want to pull the lolly, you want to push, you see me pushing the stick.
Oh, so cute.
That is how you do it.
And I would do these actually with all of them. I think I was probably very lucky with that, with it being an oval. So with all of them, I actually would peel it away. And then once you've got it to the edge, push your stick.
They look amazing.
And then if you wanted to, you can decorate up with sprinkles, you can decorate up with a bit of wonder dust on it. You know, just you can do patterns. So if you wanted to, we've got a bit of I'm only going to do a couple because I'm sorry I've kept you so long.
Everyone is spamming the chat with lots of love hearts and likes. I think everybody is loving this.
So you think we can just do it down like that? You just got a bit of wonder dust.
I can never be bothered to work with chocolate, it's too much faffing, but watching you, Karen, I really want to go and play now.
And then if you wanted to, there we go, just got a bit, just paint his paws up. Paint his pad. So we've painted his pad up. And then, as you said, Bunny's ears, needs a little brush.
Oh my gosh, a bird's flown into the kitchen. Oh my gosh.
Oh shush, it's alright, it's fine. Stop being a baby. Right, here we go. Look at those. What do you think? What do you think?
I think everyone's saying they look great.
So I'll just bring these over here like this. And I hope you've really enjoyed today's chocolate show. So I've got a plain one. I've got that. There you go. It's going now. It's going. There you go. Right. Here we go. So I hope you've enjoyed today's chocolate show. And don't forget the moulds are going to be on sale this weekend. Carol's going to put them on this weekend for you. So you can do your lollies with ice cream. You can do it with cake pops. You can put anything. You could even whatever you want in there. You've got your gorgeous pop bottle mould. We've got all the Halloween moulds out. We've got the emoji faces. And we've got the trinket box. And not forgetting, it's our old favourite, the motorbike, which actually worked really well.
The pop bottle and the motorbike are just stunning.
So I really hope you've enjoyed the live today. And thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for staying. It's nearly 4:30. Thank you so much. We've done 2.5 hours, but I just wanted to get it done for you so you could see what an amazing lot of things we have. And I wanted to show you the flavour shots. So don't forget, you will hear lots more over the next few weeks about them, but they are going to be launched in around 6 weeks' time. And keep a real good lookout, because you get the flavour shot icing sugar in 50-gram bags, and 25 gram will flavour 500 grams of chocolate. So then you could have any of our delicious flavours that are in the flavour shots. You can have the delicious flavour in the chocolate. So thanks so much. So don't forget to join. I know you're going to have a quick tea now because you've got Lisa back at 8 o'clock doing her gorgeous watermelon cake. And then you've got me back tomorrow at 11:30. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, India.
No worries.
And Lisa, see you later on tonight. And thanks, ladies and gentlemen.